Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and my voice is barely coming back. I lost it over the weekend, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked out. He wants at least 200 yards of mono on here, and then the rest will be filled up with the reaction tackle. I got the camel solid braid here. Now we got to spool on the mono first, because there's no way to know exactly how much mono or where I would have to stop if I filled it up with braid first. So.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call the whole team.
Alright guys, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spool on the 200 yards of monofilament that the customer needs as a top shot. He's going to be fishing with solid braid of the reaction tackle, and I really don't know how much braid to put on there with that much amount of mono, so this is what I have to do to be able to ensure that the customer is taken care of and gets exactly what he's wanting. Well, we got in the first set of mono, and I was unsure of how much mono I was going to have. Well, it only had 100 yards, so this is not going to work. This one was Diamond Mamoy monofilament, so I'm going to have to go to another color and make sure to get my customer the 200 yards that he's asking for. Being a small shop that we are, we try to use everything that we can, and even though this seems like a step back, it's actually a step forward, because now I can mark the spool and say, hey, I've got exactly 100 yards on there. So if somebody comes in looking for 100 yards, it's already on there. I know a lot of shops have the system set up where they can weigh out the spool and tell you exactly how much it is. We haven't gotten there yet, but there's still other ways. We don't mind putting forth the extra effort to get our customers right on quick. And again, with this, you know, since I am not leaving the monofilament on there permanently, all I'm doing is just wrapping it around the spool just to get it started, so that way I can start the spooling, as all of this will be stripped down, flipped from spool to spool before it gets put back onto the reel. I would like y'all to take a mental note here, because this is 100-pound monofilament. It's a Suffolk Superior, and like I said, we're going to be connecting it to the reaction tackle 100 pound solid that will be filling it up the reel. This gives us the ability to put the exact amount of line for the top shot, and the remainder will be the solid braid. When I go to put the solid braid on, kind of remember what it looked like. I mean, you can definitely see that it has less of a gap between the line and the inside spool housing of the silver bar right there. So we'll see how it looks once we put the 100 pound in there. But again, this is reaction tackle in a solid braid. This would have been a great opportunity if we had had the time to put hollow core on there and show the difference between hollow core, solid, and mono. However, those times will come, guys. We'll be able to do that here pretty soon when we can get a little extra time to play with the spools. But right now, everybody is getting rigged up for Sharkathon, so time is of the essence. So we are still rocking it. And again, too, we know the shops have posted up their sales. We are still matching or beating everybody's price. So, and we're also offering the bonus, you know, $250 credit if you wear our shirt during the weigh-in and collect your prize, a $500 credit if you catch using our gear during the tournament to place you in the winner's bracket. So that's a $750 in-store credit that you can get by just using our tackle during the tournament and winning. It's another bonus. I also noticed while I was spooling how tacky the coloring is, and you can see me checking that a few times, and Robert that was with me was noticing that. He was asking me about that he remembered that the line being tacky like that with the coloring. So that was something that I do need to point out, guys. If you do mess with the reaction tackle, that their coloring does get tacky and sticky on it. And you'll notice something else later on one of my other reels, and I'll point it out there because you'll see it for yourself. Now that I've got both lines flipped, now I'm going to go ahead and start attaching the solid braid to the International 50, and this time it's going to stay on there permanently, so I need to get it situated on there with the anaconda knot, and we'll be able to rock and roll from here. That's 100 yards of the 100-pound reaction tackle on there. Got about a finger length in there. We'll see how it goes. I mean by hot is the abrasiveness is what's heating it up on my fingers, so I have to back off just a little bit.
It also be the thick coat or the layer of the paint, right?
Well, it's all the abrasiveness. It's really, it's like feeling like sandpaper is what it feels like. It's just round. And that's the bad thing. It's going to try to eat against shell and everything at the bottom, and it's going to lose.
Tackle.
Yeah, it's a reaction tackle.
Just like you've been doing the pedal drive. You very comfortable with that.
Now, finally, but I originally grew up hand paddling.
Yeah, so. And you always would choose the paddling when you first trying to be introduced to the other one, because you're like, man, I don't know about that one, but I know what I can do with this.
Yeah, and and I tried it in the base first, and that's when I saw the potential for it.
And you're like, yeah.
All right, guys, I'm at 500 yards, and it is hot. It's hot braid, but you can see it gets sticky. So I don't know. It's very abrasive, and you know, everybody is getting into shark fishing and trying to find the best thing that works for them. So this customer bought this braid to check it out, and they'll learn, and they'll find out whether they like it or they don't. It's up to them. It doesn't matter what I really think, because this is where they're at, and this is what they're going to learn with, and they may fall in love with it. Who knows? That'll be their decision, which is the beautiful thing about fishing. Not one single way is the perfect way all the time. Now, it may be a better way, and you may find the niche to improve your catches over most, but you just never know. One little change up could change the whole dynamic even more. So we've seen it time and time again through the years of fishing. So.
Hollow cores.
700 yards right here. Yeah, that was some hollow core they left for us to test out. One of our customers did. I just hadn't even gotten to it.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, it's the knot. No, what is that? What is that?
Oh, what is it? That's your knot or no? You don't tie knots like that.
Where's the mono? What the hell? Really? That ain't my knot.
That's like this. Looks like my knot. That's how I tie knots.
I'm lost. I'm lost on that. I know when I tied the mono to the braid.
Yeah, but that's still further down.
Yeah, I hadn't even gotten to the mono yet.
And you didn't tie the knot like that, because I sat here and watched you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my knot's really like a beginner's knot, because that's me.
I mean, it'll hold, but I just don't like a lumpy knot like that. So what I'm going to do is do a uni, because this is solid braid, and that's all we really can do. You can do an all bright. You can do, yeah. Well, actually, those are basically, or a blood knot. Blood knot will also work. Alright, so I'm in a bit of a problem here, guys. You saw me put the monofilament on first, tie the braid to it, spool it off. Now I can't get it all back on there. So I'm gonna have to down spool it and redo it. And this is something that's gonna be real important to this customer to know that when they put it on there, they've gotta have it pretty good on there. So let me see what I did wrong. Downloaded it and start from scratch.
Well, that line is dead, right?
It is, but I spooled it on. I get the mono, and then I did the braid. You saw me cut it, move, and the rest of his spool is. Where's that?
That's the spool you took it off of, right?
Yeah, but I didn't put the 1,500 yards on there.
Everything.
Oh shit! Now I know what I did. Okay, so when I originally spooled the mono on there, I put the braid on there. I put it back to this, so that was my knot, just to show the separation of these two.
So now you found the separation.
Okay, so I got to take it all back off, go back to the original knot, cut it there, because that's the braid that's left over, and then come back to that. Okay. It don't matter. That's fine.
We'll blame it on that. Say I needed my coffee to.
Yeah, needed my coffee today. Ain't had
catch
some coffee.
That stuff. Be like, hey, that's me. Blaming on the coffee. That's always a good cue. I'm learning that about work. If somebody messes up, dude, I didn't get my coffee this morning. Oh, everybody has an excuse at work. I didn't have my coffee.
Then it could be the there it is, the cough medicine they got on. I got that. See, that's what it was, guys. I used this spool to download the original one off of here, and then I flipped it over, and I forgot about that, and so I downloaded it all. So this is the rest of his line. And I wonder, see, they don't have a code or anything on there like the other one did. We found out that some companies weigh out the spool and they put what weight of braid and as a certification to ensure that the customer is getting what they're paying for. Well, I didn't know this.
On that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so, right now, I got 912 yards pulled off of the spool, and it's only supposed to be a 1,500 yard spool. But I got 800 yards of braid on there. Or is it 600? I'm gonna have to double check my work right there, guys, because I cannot give a customer a wrong reading on this. So right now is gonna be a good time to zero out the line counter and find out.
I knew I saw something weird. I was like, what is that? So that's gonna be the new thing they're doing.
That's 200 yards of the 100 pound on there. Be good to go. is 400 yards, about half a fingernail or a fingertip. $600 yards. And there we hit the mono. So we should have 200 yards of mono right there. So that, okay. So the math does add up right for that. Actually, I'm at 700 yards of braid. And if we had 9 right there, that means they've got 1,600 yards of braid on that spool. Or would have had 1,600 yards. There we go. So 889 yards is what he got on this reel. I'm going to take this knot there out. There you go. Very nice. 890 yards on this International 50.